Hi, this is Dae from Daylight Healing Oracle, and I'm here to bring through a message for whoever needs to hear it. They call in the highest light and healing energy that can reach to the very depths of our shadows and love it all. Okay, so I am coming to you right exactly as this Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse is happening. Whew. Okay, let's see what card that was. Oh, beautiful. This was Vesta, the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. I feel that this is the energy that is awakening right now. Vesta, our inner goddess, the one who cannot be controlled. And we have Chiron on the bottom of the deck. That wound that teaches us the lesson that we are meant to then go forth and teach. Okay. Let's see, because I think that Chiron is just really signifying what this goddess within has felt, because I feel like what we're speaking to right now is that wound, what some people may call the witch wound. That idea that great goddess within must be quiet because she is no longer quiet. It is time for her to scream and sing and dance and with such joy for the life that she gets to live now. That you get to live now. It's that inner being within you that wants to be free, that does not want to be controlled. Scorpio on the bottom of the deck here, as rebirth comes out. This is referring to the Earth Star chakra. This rebirth is the very epitome of what Scorpio is and does. This Scorpio full moon is asking us to release the old ideas and thought patterns that we need to control every step to get to the outcome, because we are finding this inner balance within us. So much is shifting in the world. This is coming at the end of this cycle of the South Node in Scorpio and the North Node in Aquarius. And and the North Node in Taurus. With Uranus there. That is kind of like the dawning of the Age of Aquarius. Because Uranus has that energy, this is that Aquarian energy, where it's kind of like turning the ideas of Saturn around. There's still is structure involved, and building and connection and consistency. But this comes from a different place, because it's all about the clarity of our thinking. The old karmic pattern structures of the way that we were taught to perceive the world, that is what is dying out. That is what is crumbling. You can see how there's a difference between the way that feels compared to the way it feels when you dream, when you look to nature, when you look to the abundance and the prosperity that is ever flowing in this world. And we appreciate that, and we also act in a way where we know that we don't need to take from others. We can give freely and receive freely. That it's all about the portal of the heart, this open heart chakra, this open heart, and also the back of the heart to receive, because part of that love is receiving as well. Part of the joy of love is receiving. I had this moment with my beautiful magical kitty, Angel, Egyptian cat goddess, where she was telling me, I just like, I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, like you just come here to give love. And I'm always like, oh, I love you. But actually receiving the love, saying, oh my God, you really love me. That feels really good. Mars, this physical drive and fighting spirit. And right now there's a lot going on with, like, Mars is definitely in the mix with this full moon. I mean, Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio. So Scorpio has that energy, like the underneath frozen waters of Mars, as well as Pluto, which has to do with our energy and drive and power and passion. And I just saw 555 on that, on the clock, and it is 5-5. That's also the portal. Yes, that Mars energy. It's so similar to that 5 energy. And the lower vibrational 5 can be very chaotic and destructive. But if we can use that in adaptability and creativity, think about that Leo open heart, big heart energy of the 5th house, where you want to have fun and you want to feel pleasure and you love to create, and your art comes through and your expression of self, of just the glorious enjoyment of being yourself comes through. And I truly think that this is like this secret back door, or, you know, whatever. It's like, I mean, that's what they call the secret, right? Is this inspiration. I mean, awakening that sacral chakra and that solar plexus and that heart, and really like working with our energy bodies, with our energy fields. This is so beautiful. This is so needed in this time. And I really think that this is the way to look into the future, and also to ride through the present, and to just have faith in the present. Like, what do you feel right now? There is this strange balance of our inner feminine and masculine energies, the parts that want to receive. I mean, when we talk about feminine and masculine, we can think about like genders and stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the part that wants to receive, that is intuitive, that flows. And then I'm talking about the part of ourselves that gets excited to move forward and take that action, and take that aligned action, and create and be seen in the world. And there, we can have both. We can have that balance. And I think that the clarity of our vision and the clarity of our actions really comes through once we're able to release the old patterns. And that's what we're being offered at this time, at this full moon. And I just wish you all the best. I see that there's inspiration here. 844 on the clock. Let me just pull through an oracle card here to close this out. I'm just gonna have a little sip of my water with holy basil in it. If you're called to herbs too, it's really interesting to connect to the consciousness of the system of nature, of like specific herbs, of, I mean, just what are you being called to ingest? What fruits, vegetables are speaking to you? I mean, anything that you are being called to consume, as long as you are intentional with it and you understand why, then we all have our intuitive knowing of what we should eat. And what feels good, what nutrients feel good. Holy basil is delicious and really calming, and I love this plant. The tinctures are great. Tinctures of plants, because you can just feel the essence. And I mean, I gotta tell you, it really makes a difference. The little things. Okay. Shadow self and move forward. Wow, how appropriate. Shadow self is number 28 and move forward is number 23. So shadow self, we have that number 10. That's like kind of reminding me of the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have move forward, number 23, number 5 again. This 5 number, this creativity. I just picked up a tarot deck and the High Priestess was right here. Kind of stuck in my hand. Page of Voices. This is the Page of Swords. This has to do with air energy, with this inquisitive sort of attitude of the mind, looking into new ideas. And that is exactly what is the best thing to do right now. So, and we have the Ace of Emotions and the 8 of Inspiration. That's the Ace of Cups and the 8 of Wands. So there is something really beautiful. 11:33 on the clock as I said that. There is something really, really beautiful. Your wish come true. You're that open heart, that what will make you happy is on its way to you big and fast with this full moon. I mean, this is the moon right now in the sky above me right now, above you right now, telling you this. And then we have, which is really interesting, we have the 10 of Voices, 10 of Swords. This is the end. This card has been coming up in so many readings that I've been watching, that I've been listening to, that I've been doing myself. The Chariot. This is about inner balance. So this 10 of Swords energy that's been coming up, what it is, it's the ending of this cycle. It's the ending of all of those negative thought patterns and fears. We just get to release them now. We get to start anew. And look at her, she's coming from the heart. Because that's what the Chariot card is. And right now, we have this Mars in Cancer, which is the Chariot card is the energy of Cancer, of balance, of the crab. But it is also the energy with which we decide to move forward. So this inner balance, this masculine and feminine energies within us, when they are balanced, we trust ourselves to move forward rather than bringing our ego into the situation about how we will take these steps. The intuition is what leads, and then the ego can, the ego is a great tool for us. It is who we are in our divine expression. So when we use that energy, that number 5 energy of expression, of creativity, of, yeah, we can get into conflict sometimes, but if we are not trying to drive forward from the ego, this great life of miracles can really fall into place in significantly magical ways. It's the only way that you can describe it, because when we align internally, we're able to move forward. We're able to take these decisions, take these aligned actions from a place of following the intuition. Because right now, it's not our jobs to see every step along the way of how we're going to get to where we want to go. We can align in the moment. We can align in the moment and take that consistent action. And when we do this, we can heal the parts of ourselves that we spend so much energy trying not to deal with or look at or feel. But those parts of ourselves just want to be loved. And there's so much amazing talents and creativity and just understanding. It's delicious when you get to heal your shadow, because you get to embrace all of yourself. It's not about ripping away a part of yourself. It's about transforming and, embracing that part of yourself with so much love that it transforms and it has a whole new life. This is the time to awaken. This is the call of the cosmic connection. And you know what? It's time to celebrate. It's time for the mirrored souls to connect and find one another again. There is a golden crown around you. There's a golden crown of light that loves you so much and that only wants the best for you. And you have the strength to see this through, this sacred journey. Surrender. That is all to the fact that you are limitless. And have compassion with yourself as you come into balance. Allow your spirit to be free here on Mother Earth. Believe and you shall receive. Believe, and whatever you believe is possible for yourself is what you will create. So you can do this. The determination really comes from being so stubborn about your dreams that you know that as you take aligned action, go with the flow. Things may not turn out exactly as you anticipated, but it will be so much more beautiful. It's time to let go of all that pain, because there's hope. This reminds me, our emotions, being taught for so long to hide from our emotions, to really bury them down. But just like Pandora's box, at the bottom of that box that you were so afraid to open for so long, right now the planets are saying that it's time. Remember, there's hope at the bottom. That light. And sometimes the only way out is through. But the beauty of alchemizing this is that you got to live this story and you get to tell this story, because that's why we came here, to understand and appreciate life. And now, as you go through this and you find this hope, you learn how to bring this hope to others. And we just keep on doing it until everybody is free and everybody can believe in their dreams and be fearless. Because once there is no more fear, there is no more control. And then you get to live your life. When fear comes up, it doesn't mean not feeling it. Courage does not mean not feeling the fear, but it means acting anyway. believing anyway, believing in yourself. We're doing this in a new way. It's about being so committed to the feeling that you have felt when you bring yourself in alignment, that you know that that is everything, and that is worth everything to live that life in authenticity and live that every day in whatever way that looks like for you. 2020 just on the clock. It really comes about with these mirrors. And it can be so daunting to look to the outside world when everything seems to be changing so much. So that is why we are learning to look inside. It almost seems like this all had to happen so we could see this. But we can intentionally create the world that we want to live in, and that is what is being presented here now to all of us at this changing of the epochs, changing of the times. It's like the mirror of when Atlantis fell. We are awakening now. So long there have been so many stories about control and entrapment, but that is because we have written so many stories about freedom, and now we get to write our own stories about freedom, and we get to live that world, and we get to create that world. We get to create this new kind of world that comes from the heart, that comes from love. And if you're here right now, you made a choice to come here and be a revolutionary, to always follow the freedom of your heart and minds. And I'm just sending so much love as we balance our inner world, our outer world. Brings us so much joy and transformation. Blessed be. Okay, this was... Thank you so much. If you want to look into any personal readings, the link is below. I ask that all the beautiful divine beings that are shepherding us on this journey send out the most healing love, waves of energy, so that we all may live free in peace and ease.